Hello community, domination tips. I'm right back for you with the next awesome topic, but we have quite a very nice and, in my opinion, even more important side notice, and I'm so excited like a little child, I can't even hold it. Ordinary, I just came right in from my athletics lesson. I trained a little bit, and I intentionally wanted to make some dinner for the evening, and then I wanted to see whether we will produce a video. But then I got a very nice information from one of my alliance members. At this point, thank you, David. Thanks for this information. Thanks for sharing it with me. I'm personally not in contact with Facebook at all. I deleted my account, I think 4 years ago, and I'm not using it anymore. But on Facebook, the very relevant informations about dominations are getting shared. And only because of dominations, I'm really thinking about recreating my fucking account. Sorry for this word. Recreating my account. But let's see over here, guys. Dominations, Nexon, whatever, is telling us, hello leaders, we hope that everyone is enjoying the holidays and the wintry gifts appearing around your base. The Atomic Age has released and we've been reviewing community feedback. One thing that had to be requested is adding features that require more food use. In our next update, 5.1, coming soon, level 9 plus walls can be upgraded for either food or gold. Guys, I'm so excited, I even can't hold myself. I did a backflip just from being excited. That's the hugest or the most important news I have ever got in dominations, because I'm always full of food, always have 6 million, and sometimes I even make some fun starting to upgrade a building for, I don't know, 6 million or something like this, and then I wait 5 minutes, end this building, so that I only get 3 million back and waste 3 million of food, because I simply don't want it. I have all of my mills outside of my base layout, because simply food is just useless. If you are a very active player, then you can use it for some upgrades, but in total there are very much gold upgrades, some oil upgrades, but very less or very little amount only of food upgrades. And now you see walls which are level 9 and even higher can be upgraded for food or for gold. That's so exciting. What we have to mention at this point, because the update is still not implemented, I think some weeks probably will go on. Probably it will get to us to Christmas time. But what we have to mention is probably we will have a higher amount of food. I think it's the same amount of food you have to spend for the walls, same as gold. But probably it could be some more. I'm not quite sure, but even if it is some more, food is that much more easy to farm. I'm not quite sure whether you know it, but 95% of all players, of all good players, have just their farms outside. And some of the active players have their mills outside, what will quite change, I think, after implementing this update. But there are very many ghost bases, which we are farming, which I am farming when I'm at between 400 and 1400 medals in my Let's Farm videos. And caravans are always moving. They are on the roads, and roads you have often inside your base to connect buildings with your town center. So the roads are probably in a little bit outside your base, and the caravans are moving on them. So caravans are very spread out around the complete base, and it's definitely therefore much harder to farm some millions of gold instead of farming some millions of food. Because you see over here my caravans are still moving, some of them are nearly close to defensive buildings, but my farms are all outside. And when you are now coming to an offline base, which got robbed multiple times, all storage buildings are nearly complete empty, and the complete resources of these guys will stay or will keep inside their farms, which are outside. So looting some food is that much easier than looting gold. That means in future we'll have a very changed situation, because currently upgrading the walls is very a pain in the ass for most of the players. So I see very many players which don't give anything about walls and say, okay, my walls are at level 8, probably level 9. We see very many players having walls at level 9 because they say, okay, 1 million is quite okay to spend in the wall, but not more. So level 10 walls are already rare, but the guys who have level 10 walls are probably even higher. I think these are about 5 up to 10% of all players in the game. And what is now? Let's draw some conclusions from this for the future game, because in my Alliance chat I announced this over here. You see 31 new messages in our Alliance chat. I announced that the walls in future will be able to being upgraded by food, and very many of my players were feared or even said, oh no, in World War this will end, everyone having level 13 or even 14, 15 walls. But in the end, if you are just looking a little bit closer to this detail, you will see that this is quite not the fact, because there is a little amount of players, which I already mentioned to you, about 5 to 10% I think, which are constantly upgrading their walls and which are okay with spending this much of millions inside their walls. Other ones are just saying, it's not worth for me to waste that much time to upgrade my walls, and this will not change. Farming food to upgrade your walls will make it very much easier to upgrade the walls, but the prices will stay, and so you always, or you also will have in future to pay about 5 million, 6 million, 7 and 8 million food to upgrade one piece of a wall. So in total, I think you will see that the players which are very active, so around 5 to 10%, which I mentioned, these ones will dramatically increase their walls. But the other 90% probably, even 95% probably, will not significantly upgrade their walls. I think in total, all walls will go slightly more to level 9, probably even level 10 walls. But the very, very expensive walls, which we see, about, I think, 4 million, 4 million, so level 11 walls up to the highest walls, are not getting this much more often by the update than it were before. So hopefully I could highlight this fact good enough and explain it good enough so that you're understanding my concern. In total, I can only say, for me, this is a total win. You see over here again, I have nearly complete full of food and I'm not using it in any way. I could also place this mill outside when I'm getting robbed. I'm not angry when guys are stealing 200,000 of me. Yes, in total, that was the very important message I wanted to talk with you about. Now let's come to the main topic of the video, which is close to the update topic, a little bit less in priority. So it seems like a second topic, but it is the primary topic of this video. I wanted to talk with you about maxing or even rushing your base. Some of you even probably know this. Maxing or even rushing means that you are rushing through the ages, if you are a rusher, and very, very early upgrading your town center so that you are getting to the next age without maxing out some of your buildings, just to get the mostly offensive or offense advantages from the next age. So probably stronger tactics, more capacity of tactics, more troop capacity, stronger troops, even some planes, some new units which you did not have before, some new buildings. So for example, if you're upgrading to the global age, you get one additional tactic, new troops. You will also get some new buildings like the second sniper tower, another redoubt and another anti-tank gun. So in total, rushing means that you are not maxing out your buildings but going up to the next age very early. And in total, this means that your personal progress is very stagnating. It is staying still, but you are doing this if you are in an alliance for alliance purposes. So if you are rushing, this is a very advantage for your alliance, because you are able to donate stronger troops very, very early, instead of the case if you would max out all of your buildings. So for the alliance, this is a very good advantage because you can donate them that early, but for your personal progress, it's not that good because the multiplayer matchmaking system depends mostly on the age you are in. The multiplayer in 90 or even 95%, there are some exceptions I don't understand quite right, but in the most times the matchmaking system is guiding you to enemies which are one level above your own level or your own age, to guys which are at your age, or sometimes also to guys which are below your own age. So if you are rushing, your defense, the amount probably and the strength of your defense buildings is quite from the lower age, and then you are in a higher age without having an equal defense. This means that enemies which can find you are really, really much more powerful than you, and so it will be harder to defend your resources or even your town center. And that's what I meant. If you are now thinking about rushing or even maxing out, these are the two main points, I think. If you are rushing, you are helping your alliance on cost of your own progress, and if you are maxing out, that's quite okay for your alliance, but you're giving not any specific advantage, but your personal progress will suffer from this. So if you are thinking about rushing or even maxing, take these 2 points into consideration. There's also a third point, which is very specific for me, for example. I also thought about rushing to help my alliance more. Currently, I very often have atomic age, nearly always global age enemies in the World War, and I have only my little poor industrial guys over here. I also have one less tactic, weaker planes and something like this, weaker tactics, but I decided not to rush because game is making fun for me by maxing out all buildings and using all facets or even all aspects of this game and not rushing through it to be the fastest guy who is up in the ages and then having not any more fun at it because you have that much upgrades to recover or to do which are beyond the average. Hopefully, guys, I could explain this in a very understandable way. Give me some feedback, please, what you are thinking. If you can just give some feedback for the wall topic or even for the update 5.1 topic, as well as the upgrading, the maxing and even the rushing tactic. If you have rushed or even if you are maxing out your buildings, just give me a little feedback, say in which age you are, probably which alliance, whatever, just do some conversation. We'll see you soon. Your domination tips.